back to the channel. Today, this was a really difficult video for me to make. I am going to give you the 10 artists that will always be on my playlist. I could have done the 10 albums, but it would be absolutely impossible. Yes, most of these are oldies, but what can I say? I'm kind of an oldie. Anyway, here we go. Number one, and these are in no particular order. Number one, George Michael, and anything George Michael ever sang on. He was my first love. He's one of the greatest vocalists, especially male vocalists, that my generation had to offer. He was a beautiful soul and a wonderful songwriter. If your knowledge of George Michael has been limited to songs off the Faith album or a couple of Wham songs, I definitely encourage you to check out some of his lesser known work because a lot of it is really, really beautiful. Next, I will always have U2 on my playlist. Again, another band that there is absolutely no way I could narrow it down to just one album. They are political, they are spiritual, they have done, especially Bono, some really wonderful work, most especially with foreign aid and foreign need and awareness. He's done some wonderful things with creating his own company so that some communities could be self-sustaining. But a wonderful songwriter, wonderful performer, and I have met him twice, so that might give me a little bit of a preference over him, but I don't think so, because obviously if I didn't love him, I wouldn't have been where I could meet him. Next, a lesser known band, most especially in the United States, it's a band called Deacon Blue. They have some of the greatest music. I definitely encourage you to check them out. Wonderful vocals, wonderful instrumentals, wonderful songwriting. There's some that makes you happy. There's some that makes you cry. Just, I listen to Deacon Blue almost every day. Anyway, another one would be Squeeze. You've most especially probably heard the song Tempted or Black Coffee in Bed, but Squeeze, once again, some of the best songwriting. You can dance to it, you can cry to it, you can get mad to it. Some of my very favorite music is by Squeeze. I have been lucky enough to see them live as well, put on wonderful performances. So if you don't know much about Squeeze past those couple of semi-hit songs, definitely check them out. The next one would most especially have to be Elton John. Elton John is one of the greatest musicians, songwriters, and souls, once again, that became famous during my generation. I hope everyone knows Elton John, at least a little bit, but once again, all of these are people that I'm going to repeatedly say. If you don't know anything past their famous songs, and especially if you're younger, probably your exposure to a lot of these bands has been minimal, if at all. My next one would be Katy Perry. Katy Perry's my girl. I love her. I am actually going to do a reaction video to or review of her latest album, Witness. I am working on editing that right now. It was difficult because it came out on a Friday, and I made myself wait till I went jogging on Monday to listen to it. I listened to it, I think, once or maybe twice before I did my reaction, because I couldn't help it. But anyway, and I will give you my thoughts on that. Katy Perry is someone else I've seen live. A lot of people can say, oh, she's manufactured, she's fake, she's this, she's that. But she has been a singer-songwriter for more than half of her life. She does write some great music, but most of all, when you see her live, she puts on one of the best live performances I have ever seen in my life. And she actually sings really beautifully, completely a cappella or just with her acoustic guitar. She actually does have a voice, and she's an amazing performer. So I would definitely say, if you ever get the chance to go to her concert, you most definitely should. Next is a woman by the name of McKee. She fronted the band Lone Justice back in the 80s, which actually one of my very favorite songs of all time, Ways to Be Wicked, was on Lone Justice album. McKee went on to do several solo albums. My favorite is probably Sin to Get Saved. She has one of the coolest voices, amazing performer, and wonderful songwriter once again. So if you don't know who McKee is, I would definitely say check her out. I would say the next one in my list would have to be another oldie, Simply Red. Once again, a band that you probably have heard the song Holding Back the Years, but they have some amazing music. So Simply Red would be another one that will always be in my playlist. Next, kind of away from the fold, but a different kind of music, but definitely someone I love, is Miranda Lambert. I think she's strong, I think she's spunky, I think she's worked really hard to get to where she is, and she has some of the best country songwriting out there. For me, my favorite Miranda Lambert album would probably be the first one, Kerosene. If you've never checked out Miranda Lambert, even if you don't like country music, I would say give Miranda Lambert a try. Next, somebody that's probably in just about everybody's playlist, including my 73-year-old mother's, is Maroon 5. Maroon 5 has some of the funkiest, sexiest, coolest, fun music out there, and so I'm sure everybody listens to Maroon 5, but if for some reason you've never given Maroon 5 a try, then I would say definitely give them a listen. I doubt anyone out there has ever not listened to Maroon 5, but if you haven't, give them a whirl. So I'm not sure how many numbers that is, but yeah, those are the people that I can think of off the top of my head without making a list that are always going to be in my playlist. I hope you enjoyed that. I will put links down below where you can go and check out the music if there's anybody that you haven't heard of. I will actually link my favorite album from each artist down below. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll talk again real soon. Have a great day.